Hello everybody, I am Fedora Gamer, and today we are kicking it with Prismata. Prismata is a game that is seeking funding on Kickstarter right now. It is at $96,000 of its $140,000 goal with 12 days remaining in the campaign, so it's looking pretty promising for them. That's $96,140,000 Canadian money. I'm not sure the translation into USD on that off the top of my head. I just now noticed that actually looking at the Kickstarter page on my other monitor. But what is Prismata? It is described as a mix of a CCG, a collectible card game, and a strategy game. Kind of like a StarCraft, but without the real-time element. I would describe it as a deck builder and a strategy game mixed. A CCG and deck builder are very different things, and there's no real collecting factor in deck builders per se, and this definitely falls into that category. But let's check it out here. This is the offline demo. You can grab this and play it up for free off of the Kickstarter page, and I highly recommend you do so. We're going to go into the Tutorial 5, which is a full game versus AI, because I don't have the balls to try a hard bot or a master bot while I'm recording, just to not embarrass myself here. There is no sound in this game yet. It's still very early alpha stage, so I will throw some music on here and just have some background music in it. Okay, what are we doing here? Well, we both start with drones and engineers. The person that starts on turn 2 gets an extra drone. That's the to counteract the turn 1 advantage. Now drones, every turn they generate gold, which you can see the different resources down here. Now this game's a lot about resource gathering and management, which is not something you see to this degree in card games for the most part. I mean, most card games have some form of resource, but this one goes down kind of a technology building method. Over here we have all the units we can buy. This is the same for both players. And then on this tab, there are units that, well, let's explain this tab better. These are the base units that will always be in every single game. Over here are units that will be available in games randomized, but both players have the same exact units available to them. So it varies up things because you have different units every game randomly, but the playing field is completely level. Alright, let's go ahead and you can click the drones here to gain the gold from them. Or there is a lot of keyboard shortcuts in this game which are very important. You hit Q and collect all gold. Engineers generate power, electricity down here at the bottom here, which a few units need, mostly to get more drones. I'm assuming perhaps that some of the randomly chosen cards that you can get in full-out games can probably require power as well, but for right now, the only thing I have that actually requires power is to get more drones, which are important to get. We'll get 2 more drones, and that's the end of our first turn here. And, oh, yeah, you got end turn twice. You gotta commit your end turn. Spacebar ends turn, so that's another shortcut to keep in mind. But Q to get all of our drones gold here. The energy is automatically generated. Energy decays. It does not accumulate. So I have 2 engineers. I'll have 2 energy every turn. If I had 4 engineers, I'd have 4 energy every turn. It was wiped at the end of the turn. And there's a few other resources like that. And there's, I believe it's the gold and the green that accumulate, and the rest of them decay. Maybe gold, green, and blue. I'm not sure here. But what should we do with this turn? We have a little bit more to spend. I think we're going to do another turn of just buying drones here, and that'll give me a couple extra gold piled up on the next turn. We'll end turn here. Now the point of the game is to wipe out your enemy. They have no cards in play anymore. That's all she wrote for them. Gather all that. I think I want a Blast Forge to get some blue. The Blast Forge gets the blue resource. The Animus gets the red resource. And the Conduit gets you the green resource. And he has a Conduit. Oh, we're gonna get a Blast Forge. And a Conduit here. And then that leaves us enough to grab another drone. And we'll end the turn there. It starts off a little slow, as most card games do. Okay, gather all of our gold. That seems really pointless, and it seems like an extra task for no real reason. I cannot think of any instance where you're not going to gather all of your gold from your drones. Well, actually I can. If you don't gather the gold from them, you can use them for defending. I just realized that they can defend But normally you're just going to gather all your gold. So okay, I see why. In a pinch, you could try use them to defend with, but honestly, if your defenders fail and damage gets through, it's going to most players and the AI are going to go for your drones first anyway. So it really doesn't benefit you any. Maybe, I don't know. There could be some strategy there. So yeah. Normally there is a timer in full games. There is no turn timer on this because I'm playing the tutorial 5 here, so the turn timer's gone, which I chose that intentionally because it makes it easier to explain the game without having to worry about a timer. Normally there'd be a timer down in the bottom here. I believe the standard is 30-second turns, but they did something interesting with the timer. Then there's a time bank next to it with extra time. If you go over the 30 seconds, it can drain from your time bank, which you start with some time in your time bank when you first start a match. So those turns you really need to think about something. You have a little bit extra time, and then doing turns quickly can add more back to your time bank. So it's a very interesting system. It's not an absolute hard cap, but still keeps the game at a very decent pace. Alright, he doesn't have anything out that can attack yet. I'm going to come over here now that I have some of the blue resource and get this flame animus. Basically what this is an animus. It creates the red resource, but also is able to attack every turn. These are real useful. I like them. So I'll grab one of those. And it's probably going to start pulling stuff out that can attack soon. I'm going to make a force field. Force field's a very cheap defensive unit. They can block on its first turn. It has the prompt ability, so right when it comes out, it can block. It has fragile, which means it cannot heal. Most units heal to full if they are not killed outright in a defense. This one doesn't. Anything with fragile does not heal, and there's no way to heal them. But this also costs us a drone to create it. That's why it's so cheap. We'll go ahead and grab one, though. It's good to have some defense here. Now I'm the first one with some attack power here. But not the only one now. Well, no, he has defense. He has a wall and a husk, which a husk is over here. And it's a fairly cheap throwaway defense. It does have the healing factor, but it only has 1 life, so it's never going to survive an attack. But they're cheap to throw out really quickly. And then a Tazler here, which are rather cheap attack units, but they take 2 turns to build. So go ahead and gather all our gold here. I'm going to get another flame animus, so I have 2 attack going out and more red coming in. Red, very important. I am going to grab... I can't make a wall. I'm going to grab another drone here and end my... Oop, I can afford another drone. Yeah. That'll end my turn. And my damage just hit the wall, and the wall heals back up. So when attack phase happens, basically however much attack and units you have is automatically added to this. There are some units you can choose to attack or defend with, but you can only do 1 of. Then the enemy gets to choose where the damage goes. If you outdamage the units they have available to defend, then you get to choose where the rest of the damage goes, which normally you start off by taking out their drones, which cuts off their supply line more or less. So it's a very interesting system. Okay, we'll gather all of our gold here. This guy's going to be able to attack on the next turn, so I want to get a wall out here. And we're going to start throwing some of these guys out. Oh, I can only throw 1. I probably... Or flame animus would be nice. We're gonna grab another drone here. And end our turn. Now we have 2 damage going out. Still not enough to get through his single wall, unfortunately. Now he is throwing 1 damage at me, which I'm going to just block with the wall. And problem solved there. Okay. What do we want to do now? I'll take a steel splitter. Can I get a flame animus as well? No. I might grab a... No, we'll grab one of these guys. They're good to get stacked up because there is a good synergy with one of the cards over here, which we'll talk about once I get to that. But the Steel Splitter is an attacker or a blocker with 3 life. He can attack by using him, which will then add to your attack for that turn, but if you do that, he will not be able to block at the end of the turn. So he's one of those that are either or kind of situations. I can get another drone. I'm going to get another drone. And we'll end the turn here. My drone army is going pretty well here. I still don't do enough damage to really do anything, but now he's throwing 2 at me. Alright. Block it with the wall here. He still can't get through my single wall. You are going to be on the attack, so we actually have enough attack to kill a few things here. I think I want our Flame Animus. Yeah, we'll go with our Flame Animus. Grabbing our one of him. And I can grab another drone. Do I want to grab another drone? Yeah, I wanted to grab another drone. And we have 4 damage going out. Our Tar Slayer here will be available on the next turn. So will his. He has a total of 3 damage coming towards me. So yeah, I'll be fine this turn. I'll lose my force field, but alright. So I blocked with the wall. You cannot split up the damage when you pick a defender. I can't pick to defend 1 on the force field and 2 on the wall. If I pick the wall, it blocks 3 damage. So I will sacrifice the force field to keep my wall alive. And end my defense phase there. Let's see here. What do I need, sir? I need... Ooh, hey, I can get the Amparilla. The Amparilla gets 1 attack and then 1 more attack for each Tarsier that you have control of. Makes them extremely powerful. Plus 3 health. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna grab him. That runs me pretty dry. I will grab a force field to have a little bit more defensive capabilities right now. I am not going to switch my steel splitter here to... Yeah, I'm not going to switch him to attack right now. I'm going to keep him for defense at the moment. Now, the setup of this game is really interesting, and they tote a lot of big things about how this game is designed. One, there's no collecting of cards. There's no someone comes in with a better deck and mops the floor with you because their deck costs as much as your car, like you can see in traditional CCGs, which I will admit I am a fan of traditional CCGs, but still. Both players have access to the same units. This is randomized, but the same for both players. So they say that each match then, the random element is taken out. There's no, if you draw the right cards at the right time, you have access to everything at the right time. It's pure strategy, taking random out. The only random element there is what units, bonus units you will have available to you. Let's gather gold here. So for the people out there that they cry that CCGs, as in Hearthstone, it's all random, it's all luck and not skill, and I lost QQ. And when it's really just because they're bad, well, this is a game for them because they won't have that excuse anymore. I will admit luck plays a big factor in most CCGs, but skill is definitely a determining factor. A skilled player playing 100 games is going to win a heck of a lot more times than a non-skilled player playing 100 games. It's just the law of averages of your skill playing into the luck factor there. He has 6 damage now, jeez. I'm going to throw out another wall. And another one of these guys, but there are 2 out. Because that benefits our Amparilla here. So that's really interesting. I'm not the person that thinks, the kind of person that thinks that CCGs are all luck-based. It's definitely a factor, but this takes that out. The collecting factor's out, which is kind of a downside in my opinion. I love collecting cards in the collectible card game type things. We're going to have to sacrifice both of our walls here. Hopefully our damage will start killing some of his units here. He has the rhinos, which are good defenders. They can also attack, but they can only attack twice. Then they have a stamina factor. Then they become defenders purely. Okay, we'll end our defense. I need to get some more defenses out now. Okay, definitely need a wall. I can only bring out 1 wall. Wow, I need another blue resource generator here. We're going to throw out some husks. 2 2 husks. I want to throw out another one of these guys. Throw out another drone and get a force field out in that drone's place. And that pretty much taps us out for resources. One thing I will note is this is a Kickstarter project, but it's going to be a free-to-play game. Now, I'm a person that is very hesitant of free-to-play games, but they have gone into a good amount of detail on the Kickstarter page that the item shop, or the game's microtransactions, will be purely cosmetic. Alternate card arts, badges, emotes, so there'll be a chat system emotes. There's one thing I did forget to mention on the lobby screen. When this game's over, I'll show you. Okay, I gotta choose who to defend with here. Well, these husks only block one. We're gonna take out that. Lose the husk. And... and I'm getting Steam messages. Interesting. Alright. We're still alright. We have 13 damage now. I do want to get in our blast forge here. Oh wait, gotta gather the monies. Would you quit messaging me, people? Yeah, sorry about that. Pro tip, go offline on Steam when you're recording. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see, I need more defenses. Can I get... Next turn I'll be able to get this guy. He's a very high defense, plus he gives you 2 attack per turn. He does cost a lot of money though. We are going to have to get in our wall out. Throw another one of him out, and that's about all I can do. Your engineers can block. They act as a good quick block. They, in a pinch, and they are really cheap to buy. They're actually probably... What's the point of the husk? It costs another resource compared to just an engineer that you can block with. Oh, engineer doesn't have prompt. Right. Okay. Now, I have done enough damage to be able to overrun their defenses, so I can now choose what to target. I am going to target some of their damage dealers here, because they've been doing too much damage. Now it's probably going to be mostly a steamroll now. Once you start whittling them down some of their defenses, especially their drones, it gets it's like a downward death spiral for them. You know what? They don't have much damage coming to me. I'm just going to throw Steel Splitter there to attack with. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I'm defending right now. This isn't attack stage. The no sound effects kind of disconcerting. I kind of lose track of what's going on sometimes. Now, overrun. No, yeah, my turn. Not losing track of what I'm doing here. I cannot get the Centurion yet. I'm good on defense, really. Gonna throw our drone out. And they're one of these little guys here. Signing damage. But anyway, business model, pure. They're already dead. Take care of you, take care of you, take a drone out. And yeah, I'm winning, which isn't any big feat. This is the easy AI. But it gives you a good idea and gives me time to explain without the timer. Even though the timer system's interesting, now he's just trying to keep his head above water by throwing out as many defenses as he can. Yeah, sure, I'll take the 1 damage to a wall here. You can throw a Centurion out here now. Real expensive, but they are very beefy. And then... do I really want to do anything else? Why not? I'll throw a husk out there. For the shits and giggles, pretty much. Alright, we're gonna get rid of your flame animus here. So anything that can attack me dies first. And I've just seriously crippled his supply lines, more or less. Drones are the most important one. Every single thing takes gold. Some just take additional resources as well. And... go ahead and throw a couple more of you out. Or a drone. Sure, why not? Another husk. Sounds fun. We will finish off his drones. He's dead now. He's so dead. Yep, he's dead. See, in that instance, it should have just been instant game over because it knows that I have enough damage to end the game. Also, if you take out the drones, then you still gotta, they have a bunch of the other generators, you gotta sit there and kill all of those after all the drones are gone. I honestly think the game should automatically end if the person has no drones and no stock of gold, because they absolutely can't do anything. The game should just be auto-win at that point, rather than it taking another turn or two to take out the rest of the resource generating units he has stocked up. It seems kind of pointless and a waste of time. So if the developers watch this, yeah, it would speed things up. We'll end turn. Oh wait, he's not dead. He has one conduit left. But you can see here, he can't do anything. He has no gold and no way to generate gold. So this should have just been an automatic win, in my opinion. But it's still an alpha, so stuff like that may happen. Now I will say the weakest part of this game is definitely the visuals. Not the card art and like especially the resource icons look really generic. But as it says up at the top there, it's an alpha in development and the graphics are not final. They show some more concept art on their page that looks definitely better than this. This is pretty much all just placeholder stuff, so do keep that in mind. This has been Prismata. It is a very interesting card game. I do enjoy card games. If it's better because of the things they say that make it better, like the no random factor and no collecting of cards and all that, is purely subjective. I like traditional CCGs just fine, but this is a lot of fun as well. Will be free to play when it's released, with a business model that will be cosmetic only. It'll be emotes and stuff. There was something else I wanted to show you that's really cool at the lobby though. It has the Twitch API built into it. Over here on the side here you can see live Prismata streams. There are none right now. I did see a few earlier today when I was playing a few practice games to at least kind of have a little bit of understanding of the game. That's a pretty cool integration. You just click it and bam, watch that person playing. This is the offline demo right now. If you back the Kickstarter at certain tiers, you can get right into the live alpha. This is just the offline alpha, but the live alpha where you can play against actual people instead of just bots. This will be a multiplayer focused game, but there is going to be a rather expansive and large single player campaign versus AI. So I am definitely looking forward to this game. There's a lot of interesting ideas in here. The timer system, everyone has the same units they can play system, the resource gathering elements of it, which then can... There's a lot of strategy you can go in that. Like if you get a breach, which is when you break all the enemy's defense, you can just go, instead of going right after the drones, you can go after one of the other resource generators to cut off a whole line of units that person can no longer use, so they can no longer generate that resource. So it's very, very interesting systems. The link will of course be in the description. I've been Fedora Gamer. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.